Oh, happy Friday Eve and welcome to Valley View Live.
Glad you could join us along with Jess Savilico, who's in for Megan. She's on her honeymoon and returns next week.
Thank you, Dow. And a very warm welcome to the ever so stylish former Congresswoman herself, Shelley Berkely is here.
Yeah.
Shelley, thank you for being here.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be back. Thanks for having me.
Yes.
I had so much fun the last time I was here. I had to come back.
We're so glad.
It was great.
Yeah.
Very
It's
happy
always
you're here.
great to
Right,
see you.
yeah, thank
So
you.
Shelley, you're going to share a very personal part of your life with us today, which is your journey with osteoporosis. When and how did you find out you have osteoporosis?
Well, I was running for Congress, so it's way back in 1998, and I started dating my now husband. He's a doctor. He suspected I had osteoporosis, so he invited me to his office under the guise that I was going to check out his office. He was a Jewish doctor with money, so whenever he wanted me to go to the office, I'm going to the office. So after he gave me the tour, he said, I have this new machine. I'm wondering if you'd like to try it out. Are you out of your mind? But he says, don't worry. It takes 5 minutes and you don't have to take off your clothes. Interesting offer from a man. So I took, it was a DEXA machine. It measures bone density as he suspected. I did have osteoporosis, and because of the early diagnosis, I got on the right treatment. I'm taking the right pills.
Well, this is a video of you actually taking that
heavens
test.
to Betsy, there I am.
Yeah.
That would be me.
No, so it wasn't a pickup line. He really was trying to
Well,
take
let
care
me
of your
say
health.
Got the
this.
second date.
It was a pickup line, and it did work because we got married a year later.
So what exactly is osteoporosis?
Osteoporosis is a bone disease, and an osteoporotic bone looks like Swiss cheese. A regular bone, it looks like a solid mass. And what happens is you get older, and there's calcium deficiency, and your bone turns into Swiss cheese. Now, this is a silent disease because you don't know you have osteoporosis until you start breaking bones, and then you don't know, and then it's a little bit too late. So the idea is early detection and prevention, and that's what this test does. We are encouraging everybody, because it's National Osteoporosis Day next week, to go get a DEXA scan. It will be able to tell you whether or not you are, if you are osteoporotic or at risk of being, and then you could do the things that I do, weight-bearing exercises, which I hate, no smoking, no drinking, getting hormones, and medication. I don't want to mention the names of the medication because I don't want to choose one over the other, but there is medication that helps build bones. And so now I have gone from being very much at risk for bone fractures. Both my grandmothers were bent over ladies, and both started breaking bones. One broke their wrist, one broke their elbow. We just thought they were old and getting clumsy. The reality is they probably had osteoporosis, never diagnosed. Who diagnosed in those days? But their granddaughter knows better. And now I only have an 8% chance of ever breaking a bone because of osteoporosis. Going from 80% a few years ago to 8% is nothing short of extraordinary. And the amount of money that is saved by people in this, aside for the pain and the misery, if you break a hip and you're in your 70s, it's almost a death sentence. But if you take this simple test, a DEXA test, and get on the appropriate medication, chances are you will not break a bone, and it's not going to cost you pain, millions of dollars in health care costs, hospitalization, and loss of productivity at work. It's a win-win-win, simple test. Most of it, especially if you're under Medicare, it's covered by Medicare. No reason not to do this.
Maybe she'll do it, and she'll get a date out of it.
Restaurant. Get your husband out of it.
Do it for Rikki.
A Jewish doctor. Good. It's
My
very
mother would be
good.
so happy.
Mine was.
And even Jeff, too. But we have to move on.
Throw me in there. Why not?
But yeah, before we go forward,